Good evening, students. Today we are going to understand in depth about Boss Came to Dinner. In this presentation, we are going to understand about the author, the characters, the theme, and a quick analysis of the chapter. So let's begin. The author Bhishma Sahni, he was a Hindi writer born in the year 1915 on 8th of August at Rawalpindi, Punjab, Pakistan. He was a very famous Indian writer, author, playwright, film actor, and activist. He was well known for his work in the Indian industry. He contributed not only to the Indian cinema but also literature. One of his famous novels, that is Tamas, got translated into every language possible, and it was so well known and famous that it got the honor of the Sahitya Academy Award in the year 1975. Then, moving ahead, we should be aware of few of his popular and prominent Hindi novels, that is Hanush, Kabira Khada Bazaar Mein, Madhvi, and Muaz, which were published in the year 1977, 81, 82, 93, one after the other, and a good collection of his creative works. His writings are said to be deep and pure. His writings had so much of essence and understanding that even today, whatever he had written so long back has relevance. His contributions to the Indian literature, as mentioned earlier, is unexplanatory, and his presence can always be witnessed in his works. Now, there's an amazing fact you all might be aware about these two personalities. Yes, you should even be aware that he was associated with these two great personalities. First of all, he was the brother of Balraj Sahni, who was the famous actor in Bollywood. His son, that is Balraj Sahani's son, Parikshit Sahani, was his nephew. If you have watched this movie, Three Idiots, in this we can see Parikshit Sahani. The characters of the story are Mr. Shamnath, Mrs. Shamnath, that is the wife of Mr. Shamnath, the mother of Mr. Shamnath, and majorly you will see the story revolving around the American boss. The most important theme of this story is generation gap. You see that how the child, once growing up, taking care of responsibilities and having full control of his life, at time misses out on caring, loving, and understanding the point of view of his old aged parents. So, around all of this, you can see old age, family, society, and respect for elders is something which is being talked about. Now, here, let's quickly start with the analysis. Noteworthy thing is that this story of his is a translation which was called as Chief Ki Dawat, and Mr. Shamnath was an officer. He was working and he decided that he will call his boss and wife for dinner. Now, if he's calling, he will not be calling them alone. So he calls them along with his colleagues. Now, for all of this, they had to actually get done with the house arrangements, settling the menu, the entire setup for the dinner. In the meanwhile, while they were doing it, they realized that they have got somebody who is actually the mother of Mr. Shamnath. And sadly, As it's mentioned in the last line, Shamnath considered his mother to be an odd thing. So here we actually understand the real context of what Bhishma Sahani is trying to tell in this story. Now, he did not want his mother to be seen in the presence of his guests because somewhere it would have been embarrassing and humiliating to have somebody old, not as per the culture and the surrounding. His wife gave weird suggestions. She said, "Why don't we send her to the neighborhood?" To this, Shamnath objected, and he said that for this little arrangement, they would have to pay a bigger price. The price would be of this old woman where he would have gone to be staying, would have been a regular visitor at the house. So he does not take the proposal of his wife, and he decides that he will be keeping his mother in the veranda. And as the guests keep moving towards the veranda, he'll be shifting her from one place to the other, and eventually he would not even mind to lead her and let her stay in the washroom. Then eventually the time arrives where the boss, his wife, and his colleagues reach. And the entire setup begins. But yes, one more thing to be noted is that he wanted everything to be picture perfect. He was the one who decided on the arrangement, the settling, the way the house looked, what his wife would be wearing, how things are going to be, what thing is going to be placed where. And it became but obvious that he even decided the costume that his mother would be wearing. He emphasized he was reluctant and he forced his mother to wear a salwar kameez, which was again a discomfort for her. But for the son's satisfaction, as parents always do, she agreed and she wore a salwar kameez. Then we see that the house was full of joy. There was everything that was going around in a very light and a pleasant manner. And Shamnath's boss was not like a boss how he used to be in office. The center of attraction was his wife wearing a pearl necklace and a black dress. And when she was talking to Mrs. Shamnath's wife, it seemed as if they were friends for ages. They moved, but obviously from one place to the other. And it was noticed that